Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video we've got this stunning 2015 V48. I'm Tom Wills.
And I'm Steve Handy, and welcome to this glorious Portuguese weather.
I know, aren't we lucky? So keep watching. So Steve, we're out here together in Portugal. If any of our viewers watched our Axopar video recently, we did a Brixham Axopar 37, but we're now here in Portugal on board this lovely V48 2015.
Called Sobrio.
Very nice boat. We've just done the internal photos for this boat, and I promise you should watch this video because this boat is very, very clean. We're starting the video here on the transom, and we wanted to show you some of the key features. So Steve, if you noticed, is actually near the water, aren't you?
We've put the platform down because we talk about these hydraulic bathing platforms. We talk about how easy it is to get in the water when you've got kids or people that struggle with jumping in. We wanted to show you.
Yeah.
So this platform, if it went all the way down, I'd be up to here in water, just above my knees. And this allows you to store toys. It allows you to get into the water safely. But it's such a cool feature, and it's such a major part of boating at the transom with
a garage as well.
And what's inside?
Williams 325.
Absolutely.
So we've got another assistant with us, who able assistant here, and we're actually going to lift up the garage and just show you the Williams 325. So it's a great feature of this particular boat to have the platform and the garage. On top of the garage, you've got this fantastic sun pad. Just watch yourself, Steve, there as it comes up. So you can see that's all on an electric switch there. Tiago's just pushed the button and that's opening up now. Now, to launch the tender, you would lower the platform completely, and then the tender is on a roller system, which allows you to get it out from the garage. If I just duck down here, you can see it's the Williams tender launch recovery system, which all made out of stainless steel, all very straightforward. And I mentioned this video initially about the condition of this boat, and I think you'll know, Steve, I'm sure you'll agree, but often you open the garage and you find all sorts of conditions, and this is just immaculate everywhere you look.
I've got to say, for a 2015, this is without doubt best condition boat I've ever seen for this age.
It's very, very clean.
She's absolutely beautiful.
You can just tell everything about it is.
I mean, look, the teak's wearing, but the owner's aware of that.
Yeah.
We've priced the boat accordingly because the teak at the back end is going to need replacing. It's normal on a boat of this age, but every other part of this boat is absolutely beautifully maintained and in great condition.
Well, let's get this garage door shut and then the platform up, and we'll dive into the cockpit and show you how the condition continues in there. So as I mentioned on the platform, we've come up into the cockpit now, and the condition was evident this minute we got on this boat, but we've come out to sea here. As you can see, we're just off the beach here in Vilamoura. But the cockpit's a great size. We've got a huge starboard side wraparound seating section. The teak table's in great condition. The upholstery's in great condition. You've got this lovely sun pad on top of the garage itself, which you could easily put 3 people on there, couldn't you? It's a big sun pad.
The size of the boat, it's a big sun pad.
It's like Diamante Silvertex upholstery, which looks really, really nice. Just got really a bit different contrast. Yours stood on there, Steve, the engine inspection hatch.
Yep.
So you've got engine inspection hatch there. So this is an IPS boat. It's IPS600. We just came out to sea, nice and smooth with the Yacht being an IPS.
6-cylinder, 435 horsepower engines.
Yeah.
We've talked about this on a previous video, that the IPS hydrodynamically is much more efficient. So less vibration means they're quieter, but essentially Volvo are putting a smaller power plant in a boat where if you had shaft, you'd have to have more power. You'd have to have a bit, hence 600 indicates it would be 600 horsepower if you had shaft drive. But with IPS, the equivalent power is only 435.
So it's fuel efficiency, noise, vibration, engine room space, all the benefits of IPS.
In theory, a longer range, lower fuel consumption, so less fuel consumption, less running costs. So a good feature. I'm stood here wanting to show you these bits here. Look, so ice machine in here, Tom. A big cool box in there, refrigerated cool box. It actually goes in quite a long way down there. And then you've got, again, everything's in such lovely condition.
I mean, when I took photos of that griddle, I don't think it's ever. It certainly looks like it's never been used. It's absolutely pristine.
If it has, it's certainly been cleaned.
Very, very well.
Yeah, that's a nice feature in this boat. Big windows, by the way.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think you and with this roof opening, so on the V48, it's got a canvas roof, and one of the big plus points of a canvas roof is it gives you a much bigger aperture. So you can see here we've got it fully retracted, and it's huge. I mean, there's a lot of natural light and sunlight coming into here.
I do like these painted mouldings.
Yeah.
It creates a really nice vibe in here.
It's almost a bit like a dark headlining in a car.
Yeah,
it's
got a more of a dynamic look in the way that it's designed. I like that.
Other things I think it's important to point out in here, we've got cockpit aircon. So we've got cockpit air conditioning, which okay, we're filming this in late autumn, so it's actually not too hot today.
But reverse cycle aircon, so both heating and air conditioning.
That's a good point.
And that's 24,000 BTU, so that's a powerful system, and that was spec new with full covers package. So the whole boat is fully enclosed with covers at the back with windows in them, so you can literally enclose this space and use it all year round, either with cooling or heating.
Yeah, very nice.
That's a nice option.
Yeah, nice option. Moving slightly further forward here, we've got the port side sort of chaise longue effectively up at the helm here, which works well.
Really nice space.
Nice position, nice detailing, and a couple of points I've noticed on this boat. Got a little cubby hole down there where a couple of shoes have been put of ours just where we're out here, but there's lots of like nice little attention to details. You've got the glass screen there underneath the main windscreens, letting more natural light down into the saloon. The dash itself is nice and broad, so great big Raymarine plotter here. I think it's really smart.
Yeah.
Switch gear, very Princess, all nicely laid out. Real sense of quality. You get a sense of the way this boat's laid out here. You've got bow thruster. You've then also got your Raymarine data screens up here, and in front of you here you've got your bigger Volvo Penta screen, which shows you engine data, fuel consumption figures, and etc.
Like that window, Tom. Big window there.
Huge window. It's very long, isn't it?
Yeah.
That way. Electric. IPS joystick's nicely mounted on there, and actually it's quite comfortable putting your arm there. We'll keep watching, because later on in the video we'll actually show you how the IPS system works on board this actual boat, so keep watching. You've also got down here trim tabs and your fire control system here. I like this footrest as well.
Bow thruster, that was an option.
Bow thruster.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but when we were younger, we used to sell IPS boats new, didn't we? And it was always, for me, it was the thing, you could not have a bow thruster because it was almost, you don't need one, but it's nice to have that for sure, especially down here in sort of pontoon berthing style.
Well, let's be honest, people buying this boat could be first-time boat owners.
Yeah, true.
And as we talked about in other videos, people are quite nervous of, well, first of all, something at a massive cost. This is a big investment, and it's a big thing. It's a 50-foot long boat with two very big diesel engines, turbocharged, supercharged diesel engines. But this propulsion system, the IPS and the bow thruster, just gives the user so much
massive
control
confidence.
And so much confidence.
I think that's the thing, is confidence. I think Steve said, we do sell boats like this to people that haven't had a boat before, and with the IPS and the systems on board, you've got autopilot, you've got great big chart plotter, as we mentioned.
Yeah.
It's great to have all those comfort features that do give you that bit of confidence.
It's interesting, when I'm selling a boat, I make a commitment to a buyer and I say within 24 hours we will make them look like a pro, parking this boat, mooring this boat with IPS.
With IPS.
And we do, and every owner that we've sold a boat to with IPS has always said the same thing. After literally a couple of days driving, they feel really, really confident and in control.
Well, on that note, should we get the engines fired up and do some IPSing?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Right, so as promised, we've got the engines fired up, and I'm going to do some talking. Steve's at the helm, and he's going to demonstrate how this IPS system works. So we've got the drone above us, so if this works, you should be able to see how we're working. So Steve, right.
So if we were docking the boat and we wanted to go sideways, I literally just push the joystick.
So clever, isn't it? And hopefully on the drone now, you can actually see the boat's going sideways. And just show everybody, Steve, if you twist the joystick, what does that do?
Well, so if I go back into neutral, if I wanted to move the bow round without this, I'd be using a bow thruster.
Yeah.
I can just twist the joystick.
And sort of exaggerate the turn just so the drone can see what you're doing.
Well, look at that.
It's
you can
incredible
see
how the
the bow swinging around. Hopefully you're getting that with the aerial drone footage.
And the more you move the joystick, the quicker it does the operation, effectively. And that works for both sideways operation, and you can still go forward and backwards.
Yeah, if I go forwards here like this. Yeah, she's moving forward.
And this is what we were talking about earlier on, the confidence. If you're new to boating, or you're moving up through the ranks, having smaller boats into bigger boats, this is what gives you that confidence.
What's nice about this, we were in standard mode, so I'd got the joystick hard over, but she wasn't aggressive.
No.
So for someone who's perhaps new, to try and keep this contained, that was a nice movement. But if you've got a bit more experience and it's really windy and you want more power, I've engaged high mode. So as I operate now and I turn, can you hear that we're getting much more revs?
Gives the engines more.
So we're up to 1500 RPM, so you should be able to see on the drone that we are turning, we're starting to pick up momentum and we're going faster. So I'm getting more revs, and I think that's an important feature to demonstrate. Again, just pushing her forward. This just instills so much confidence. Well,
talking about speed, should we pick up the speed a bit? Let's get some drone running shots as we head back towards Vilamoura. And then when we get back in, we'll go down and have a look down below. We haven't spoken about the foredeck yet. We'll cut to some drone footage of that. The foredeck on this boat is stunning. We've got two really large sun pads, which have got a pillow actually built into the main upholstery. So it's really, really smart, and very safe rails. I don't know if you noticed that, Steve, when you were walking around the boat. Nice high pulpit rail.
Yeah, very high. Lots of visibility we talked about earlier with these big windows. Let's go into gear. And let's move this boat forward.
So the other thing, which we were talking about earlier on in one of our other videos, is just the other thing with IPS is just how smooth the system is. I think that's a big difference. If you've been out on a Targa 47 or Portofino 47 or V40, the old school V48, there's a lot more noise, isn't there, from the shaft
this boat's
drive.
very, very quiet. I mean, we're talking about this particular boat, Sobrio. This is the boat that we're videoing. This is the boat we're selling, and as we talked about, she's in pristine condition. But actually, the features that this provides you aren't exclusive to this boat, but my God, this makes this boat really cool.
Okay, well, let's pick up the speed. We've got a drone pilot, just tell him we'll pick it up speed. So we'll just keep...
with all IPS, it's instant.
Yeah, so smooth.
The acceleration is so quick.
2,500 RPM there, speed's picking up. And again, it's that noise level. I mean, look, we're in an open boat here with no patio doors to close us in, and we can still easily have a conversation.
Yeah.
Got your trim tab indicators there as well.
Getting the bow down so that she's riding a little bit flatter. See how, look, the horizon, all of a sudden we've got more of the horizon.
Bit of tap down.
We're up at 20 knots.
Yeah, so
That's
smooth.
a nice fast cruising speed.
Yeah. And what we're doing there, so interestingly there, we're doing 125, 126 litres an hour at 22 knots basically. So it gives you an idea of the efficiency as well. Talking of hours, we've got 428 hours showing on the port and 427 on the starboard, so very, very close. So yeah, very, very nice indeed.
Autopilot, I think that's important.
Yeah.
I noticed when Tiago drives the boat, Pete drives the boat often on autopilot, just literally clicks engage, she'll track in the direction you're going, and then you can just turn the lever. I can let go of the controls, always looking ahead, so I'm always seeing.
So let's slow down a bit now, we'll let the drone catch up, and I'm sure we've got some cracking footage there, so I think if we start heading back towards Vilamoura now, we'll get the viewers down to the cabins.
Let's do that. So I've come down below on Sobrio just to show you the accommodation space, and I'm greeted with the overall sensation of huge headroom. Tom mentioned earlier that there's this glazing in the roof here, which is on the inside of the helm window, but just lets in lots of light, and you can feel that in here, these big oval hull windows, back glazing, and lots of headroom. This boat feels really spacious inside. Love the walnut. This was an extra from Princess new, so this satin walnut finish, and an optional extra walnut flooring. This would have had carpet as standard from the factory. Loving this big fridge and big freezer, in addition, as we mentioned earlier, to the cool box in the cockpit. But love the fit and finish everywhere. Panasonic inverter microwave oven, and a hob here. That's quite nice. Lots of detail everywhere on this boat, and I know we keep talking about it, but I cannot believe this boat is from 2015. She looks in stunning condition. Lovely walnut table here. I think that's a really nice addition here, and lots of seating. Worth pointing out that this boat had the tropical spec air conditioning fitted down below, so lots of BTUs. She has her own shore power supply just dedicated to running this huge air conditioning system, and an 11 kilowatt generator. All of that was an optional extra fitted by the original owner, just to provide either heating in the winter or lots of air conditioning in the summer. So that's a really nice feature. This additional optional extra TV, 28-inch Samsung TV, was nice, but this boat really does, down here, feels very lovely. So before I go down into the master, I just want to show you something that I noticed on the original invoice. Over £1,000 worth of Princess fine bone china and glassware in these drawers here. That cost the first owner a lot of money, but it's certainly a nice addition on this boat. Wow. What a great space. Loads of headroom. My goodness, for a 50-foot cruiser, this is big. Real feeling of sophistication throughout this boat. As I said, love the walnut and the way that this is finished, the detailing, the stainless inlays. Love that big sofa there on the starboard side. And these blinds, Venetian blinds, just add that touch of design but she feels really, what a lovely space, nice big bed. And as you would expect, big ensuite. I have to say that shower is absolutely massive. Finished beautifully, but what a really sophisticated, opulent space. And wow, for her age, this boat is stunning. Let's go through to the forward VIP. Before we do so, if our cameraman can just have a peek in there. My goodness, another massive shower. Beautifully appointed ensuite with a Jack and Jill door here, so it's either an ensuite to this cabin or it's a day head for guests who are perhaps not sleeping on the boat. Love that big window here in the deck head, and these windows in the hull are absolutely huge. But again, just this feeling of sophistication, really very nicely done. Great canvas for a new owner to personalise this, but yeah, really everything is, and everywhere I look is really beautifully appointed, and lots of air conditioning controllers everywhere with that tropical AC.
So we've come back into the marina now, Steve, and hopefully that's a pretty comprehensive V48 walkthrough for the viewers.
Yeah, and I think it's worth just mentioning that this boat has huge provenance with us. We have all the title paperwork, we have copies of the VAT paperwork, so we know she is EU VAT paid. We've got all the changes of ownership on UK bills of sale, so that we know for somebody who specifically wants to register in the UK or get marine finance, we've got all the documentation that's required. And as we keep talking about, this boat is in stunning condition.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably a good point to end on. I think if you're looking for a V48 in the market, I don't believe you'll find a cleaner boat than this particular one. It's very, very clean indeed, and as Steve said, a great history. So details for the boat will be in the description below, so go on and click on that and head over to our website. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up.
Thanks for coming to Portugal, Tom.
Oh, it's been amazing.